Beautiful day, Bravehearts. It's Dr. Sage Wolfe. I am out in Sydney, Australia. I will be here for the next 2 weeks. I'm doing a training right now with a lovely couple. They're learning Wolfe non-surgical and how to go into their ailments and issues that they've created through a lifestyle that they thought was good, but might not be the best just for them. And so we're just kind of critiquing some things about their perfect day diet and what their health and nutrition should kind of like hang out around. And then we're going a little bit into like the mental state of how we cause these issues. I have a lecture coming up on November the 9th in Sydney, Australia. We're doing some postings, so if you want to see where that's located, I don't know the address off by heart, so just check on our Facebook page. But I'll be lecturing about what is scar tissue, what is calcification, and what is crystallization, and how does it actually bind us up. And so what people don't realize, that it's not just the injuries that you've had in your lifetime, from the sports you've played, from the accidents you've been in. It's not just your diet. It's not just that dehydration. It's a lot of your mental state as well. Because as I get into these stressed out states, I release that histamine, adrenaline, and cortisol, which is binding that lactic and uric acid within my tissues, joints, and ligaments, creating that crystalline buildup. And then as I have that crystalline buildup, I feel like I have the mobility, like I should have the mobility that I normally would, but you don't, because we now have lack of mobility. And then you go to move and we start doing these micro tears on top of that like lactic and uric acid that is now crystallized, which creates more of like a scar tissue buildup. And if you ever feel like you have like a knot in your shoulder or some kind of like tension there, we know that it's not, the tissue's not just in contraction. There's a lot of lactic and uric acid in there that has bound that tissue to become adhesed, adipose tissue, dehydrated. So it's like if I left a piece of steak on the counter for a couple days, you're going to come back and it's going to be pretty tough, dry, and hard. That's what's happening to our bodies. As we're dehydrated, as we're not putting the right stuff into us, as I'm not focusing on lengthening and strengthening, doing light stretching, clapping, getting that lymph moving, our tissues start to disintegrate. They start to dehydrate. And then our bodies, because we don't have the proper nutrition inside ourselves, our bodies have to overcompensate, and we don't have the right mineralization. So I go in to where I do have it, which is in like my bones, ligaments, and tendons. And so it's going to be taking that actual calcium that's in there to buffer it down in those areas, and I'm putting displaced calcium around my joints, ligaments, and tendons, causing calcification buildup, which debilitates you even more. So I have a lecture here on November the 9th, and that's in Sydney, Australia. Then I'll be lecturing on the 21st, I think, in Melbourne, Australia, or in the Hawthorne area. But I'm doing non-surgical treatments as well. So if you're interested in learning a bit about what non-surgical is, or you're wanting to experience it yourself, give me a call. My number is 250-801-5673. That's 250-801-5673. And we can just chat about like the situation you're in, what's kind of going on, and where you would like to go with this. Because having a perfect day is not going to be the same for you always. Things are going to change. Our bodies change, our minds change. I get healthier, I get worse. I'm going to have to adjust things. And so that's what we do here at the DACA Detox Braveheart Nation. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Much love, Bravehearts.